He watches you, not with eyes that glare, but with eyes that understand. Every choice you make, every hesitation, every instinct is noticed. And in his silence, a question forms. What if your mind is not entirely your own? Human beings like to believe they are free, that every thought, every decision, every emotion arises purely from themselves. But science tells a different story. The mind, for all its brilliance, is also fragile, wired to obey, to conform, to be persuaded. This is not fiction. This is the architecture of influence, the blueprint of manipulation. Tonight, you will step into a world where thought is shaped, decisions are guided, and reality is a playground for the unseen. This is dark psychology. This is mind control. Humans are social animals. Evolution shaped us to survive in groups, to follow leaders, to obey authority. We are wired to trust, to conform, to seek approval. In 1961, Stanley Milgram asked a simple question: would you harm another human if an authority told you to do so? Participants believed they were delivering painful electric shocks. Most did, many until the highest voltage. Ordinary people in ordinary settings obeyed commands they thought were immoral. A few years later, Philip Zimbardo staged the Stanford prison experiment. Volunteers randomly assigned to rows, guard or prisoner, slipped into their assigned personas with frightening speed. Guards became cruel, prisoners became submissive. Identity, morality, and empathy dissolved in the pressures of the system. Our minds are malleable. Context shapes behavior far more than we realize. Manipulators exploit this. They do not invent evil. They arrange the stage and let human instincts do the rest. The mind has shortcuts, invisible levers that guide decisions in milliseconds. Robert Cialdini called them the 6 principles of influence. Reciprocity. Give a small gift, a compliment, or even a favor. Instantly, the mind feels an unspoken obligation. You return, not out of reason, but instinct. Commitment and consistency. Once you say yes, even to something minor, your mind aligns future actions to maintain coherence. This is why a single agreement can lead to a cascade of compliance. Social proof. We follow the crowd, copy behavior, trust consensus. Even fabricated consensus works. Manipulators stage it. Fake friends, fake reviews, fake applause. Your brain does not know the difference. Liking, charm, similarity, flattery, these are not trivial. They trigger the emotional pathways that make us want to please, to trust, to imitate. Authority, a title, a uniform, a confident tone, these bypass critical thinking. Studies show that symbols of expertise can induce obedience even against our better judgment. Scarcity, time-limited offers, rare opportunities, last-chance warnings. They exploit fear of loss, override rationality, and push people into immediate action. Alone, each lever is subtle. Together, they form a symphony of influence, invisible yet undeniable. The manipulator does not need force. They need understanding and patience. Logic is fragile when emotions are weaponized. Enter gaslighting, the art of making someone doubt their own reality. "You're imagining things. You're too sensitive. That never happened." Repeated enough, these phrases erode memory, judgment, and confidence. The victim starts to rely on the manipulator for truth. Reality itself becomes negotiable. Guilt is another tool. Humans are social animals. Guilt evolved to maintain bonds. Manipulators twist it. "If you loved me, you would do this." Fear works the same way. Threats, implicit or explicit, activate the amygdala, the emotional center of the brain. Rational thought recedes. The combination is potent. Identity, autonomy, and willpower gradually diminish. It is slow, almost invisible, but once complete, the mind is a landscape reshaped to the manipulator's desire. Manipulation is not just emotional, it is cognitive. The mind has predictable errors, biases that manipulators exploit. Confirmation bias. We accept evidence that fits our beliefs, ignore what does not. Availability heuristic. We overvalue what is recent, vivid, or repeated. Halo effect. Charisma or attractiveness convinces us of truth. Illusion of control. We believe our choices are free even when conditions are engineered. By controlling information, repetition, and framing, manipulators design a reality that aligns with their agenda. Every message, every event, every suggestion becomes a building block of belief, not discovered freely, but constructed externally. Real mind control is subtle. It is not magic, not instant. It is a process of conditioning. Step 1. Isolation. The target is separated from alternative voices, friends, family, outside ideas removed. Step 2. Unfreezing. Old beliefs, old identity are questioned. The manipulator sows doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Step 3. Change. A new belief system, a new worldview is introduced. Compliance is rewarded, dissent punished. Step 4. Refreezing. New identity solidified through rituals, repetition, and dependence. This is the same process seen in cults, abusive relationships, and even certain authoritarian organizations. It is meticulous, invisible, and devastating. In the 21st century, the mind is assaulted not just by people, but by algorithms. Social media platforms know your fears, your desires, your biases. Your feed is designed to reinforce, to trigger emotion, to compel attention. Every like, every notification, every share activates dopamine pathways. Attention becomes currency. Behavior becomes predictable. Choice becomes constrained. Modern manipulation does not require charisma or intimidation. It requires understanding. And technology has learned human psychology better than any manipulator in history. The antidote to manipulation is not paranoia. It is awareness. It is understanding the levers, the triggers, the predictable errors of your own mind. Step 1. Meta-awareness. Question: why do I believe this? Who benefits? Step 2. Time delay. Never decide in the heat of emotion. Step 3. Information diversity. Expose yourself to opposing viewpoints. Step 4. Boundaries. Practice saying no without justification. Step 5. Grounding. Mindfulness, journaling, deep breath. Step 6. Support networks. Isolation strengthens control. Community weakens it. By knowing yourself, you regain agency. By understanding manipulation, you reclaim freedom. The mind is both fortress and battlefield. Dark psychology exists not because humans are evil, but because the mind is remarkable, adaptable, and sometimes vulnerable. To study it is not to descend into darkness. It is to illuminate the unseen forces that shape thought, influence behavior, and define human reality. Knowledge is not only power, it is protection. Awareness is not only insight, it is freedom. The question now is yours. Will you let your mind be shaped?